Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason, and if you're not familiar with what we're doing here, Sunday, we're going to talk about Jesus today. So we do a devotional Bible study every week on Sunday. And I've been going through the book of John, because I love the book of John, and it's amazing, and it's awesome. But today, honestly, got a little something different for us. Earlier in the week, I was thinking about this whole thing with in the East Palestine, Ohio, because we're in Southwest Ohio. That's in Northeast Ohio. Okay, let's be very clear. I was thinking about that with the chemicals in the air. Okay, and I was just thinking about it, wondering about it while I was at work and going about my job. And God spoke to me about something, so I want to share it with you today. Okay, first of all, for those of you who have expressed concern for us or asked about us in the middle of this whole thing with the chemicals in the air, we are over 250 miles southwest of there. Okay, we're okay. We're totally okay. Well, my belief is we're not in any harm, any danger at all, so we're fine. Okay, we're closer to Kentucky and Indiana. That's up near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're okay. Thank you though for caring. We appreciate it, but we should be just fine. And so, that being said, thought about the toxic chemicals in the air and the air pollution, okay, and polluting the soil and the whole environment and the danger that it was causing to people, to animals. Seeing chickens were dying, which would be a disaster for us. Other animals were dying in the middle of all this, and I thought about James 1:27. In James 1:27, it writes that religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. And with that, I thought about air pollution, right? Chemicals and the toxicity in the air and the devastation it causes. And how, as Christians, we got to keep our environment around us from seeping into our pores, seeping into our hearts, and seeping into our minds. Because let's face it, unless you decide to just go run inside your house and lock the doors and never get out, you're going to be around a polluted spiritual environment, correct? So we're called to be aliens and strangers inside of this world. So we're to come out and be inside this world and look around and be active in this world and to be part of this world and to impact the environment around us and not be impacted by the environment around us. But that's very difficult for us to do because in my job, I'll tell you this right now, it's cluttered, it's polluted with sin. The environment around me is ridiculous. Here in Ohio, sports gambling has just been legalized, okay? And I'm not coming after anybody for a little gambling. Whatever they want to do is fine. It's not for me. I'm not here to judge on that. But what I am saying is, when gambling your money away that God's given you has become a big, massive part of your daily life, that might become an issue, right? That's a problem to me. I'm called to be an alien and stranger inside of this world. In other words, be a little different than people around me. I may look the same, but my actions should look differently. I need to keep myself from being polluted by the world. In my opinion, if I give in to all that and become involved with all that, as the way everybody I know is, then I've allowed myself to be polluted by the world and not be one with them, right? I should not be like them. I should be different. Now, that's just one example. There's so many examples that you can go through, and everybody's examples might be differently because of the environment that they might be in. Some people might be in an environment that's just loaded with negativity in general, whether it be gossip and slander. Some people are just clutter in an environment of alcoholism. You know, some people are in an environment of pornography or of sexual sins, right? There's all kinds of things that people can be around and not really be able to get away from. So therefore, what I'm saying is this: that like when you're in these environments, you're going to be inside of an environment that is toxic, okay? Because you live inside of an imperfect world. So you're going to be in an environment that has some negative effects, okay? We'll say a sinful environment, right? The spiritual climate inside of our world is not great, well, to say the least, right? So what I'm saying is this, though, like, you can't allow these toxic chemicals, right? The toxic chemicals of the world, the toxic sin of this world to seep inside of your pores, to get inside of your heart, get inside of your mind, and cause you to act just like them. Now, we're not here to judge. That's not what I'm doing, because I'm not condemning people to hell. That's not my that's not what I do. That's not me. I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus. I'm not God, right? So I can't do that, and I'm not going to do that. But what I am saying is this: the Bible tells us to be an alien and a stranger inside of this world, and to not let yourself be polluted by this world. So we have to figure out a way that we can come in here, and that we can be different, that we can keep ourselves from being polluted by this world, being polluted by the overspilling of sin. You see the analogy here, the comparison between the chemical burn off and the spill in East Palestine, train derailment, to our spiritual environment being polluted, right? Because it causes a lot of damage. But somehow or another, we've got to figure out how we can do this, because it's tough. But somehow the spirit inside of us has got to be stronger than the sinful environment that we might be in. We're going to sin and we're going to mess up, and it's okay. You get forgiveness, you get grace for that, there's mercy for that. You can't be complacent with that, though. Okay, I think it's one thing too. Is like, yeah, you're gonna mess up, but you can't allow that to be the norm. You can't allow yourself to be okay with that. We got to strive to do better. It's very simple to say this. It's not easy to do this. Is spending more time in the Word, spending more time in prayer, spending more time worshiping God, thinking good thoughts, praiseworthy thoughts. Right? The Bible says for us to think of things that are praiseworthy, good, and holy, and not negative. Right? So, right here, mind. Keep good things in your mind. Keep positive things in your mind. Worship God in your mind, and be thankful. Have an attitude of gratitude. People say, right? Be thankful for what you've got. Thankful for where you're at. Understanding things could be worse, no matter how bad you think things are in your life. They could be worse. But allow your environment, your immediate bubble, right, to be full of praise and thankfulness and honor and gratitude. And when you come into an environment, because we're going to come into environments that are terrible. Okay, just not a good Christian environment for you to be in. And you're not going to be able to avoid it, because this is a sinful world around us, and it's an imperfect world around us. So you're not going to be able to avoid it. So when you come into that environment, we've got to bring a cleaner environment with us, right? We have to bring thankfulness with us. We have to bring the Holy Spirit with us. Bring the light into the dark. And in the book of John, it's a lot of that, right? Light and dark. Light overpowers the darkness. Just a little bit of light, a pinhole of light, can illuminate a dark room. So everything else around you is dark. If you be that light going into it, you be the light. You can illuminate that entire darkness just a little bit. Can take care of a lot, right? So that's something for us to think about this week. It's just something that was on my mind. Something that it's different than what we've been doing, but I believe it's very valuable to us, and it's something we need to keep on our minds, is to keep ourselves from being polluted by the world. So thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate it. If you have a prayer request or praise reports or comments, please leave them below. We'd love to hear from you, pray for you. That being said, my name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you, and goodbye.